that economic edge that Donald Trump has, because in all these polls, even the ones where he's trailing Hillary Clinton by double digits, when it comes to who's better at handling the economy, in the latest one that's out, that he does have an edge, on a 5-point edge. So that could be his sort of secret weapon. Vince Coglianese, Scott Martin, on why Democrats might want to think about that before they quickly dismiss Mr. Trump. Now, we also have some headwinds here, Scott, for the market and for the global economy, which seems, I just stress seems, to indicate maybe this global recovery could be running out of steam at the worst time for Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. What do you think?
We definitely do. And you don't have to look much further than the consumer confidence numbers, the business confidence numbers, to see the evidence of an economy that's very fragile at best and possibly heading into recession at worst. And you mentioned the timing. It's pretty incredible considering that the Federal Reserve raised interest rates last December. The market reacted poorly. Yes, it's bounced back, and now it looks like it's turning over again. That's really the key to this point here. I think interest rates and what the Fed does going forward, how accommodative they are ahead of a very big election for the Democrats, especially given that they're in the White House now, determines how well the economy and markets do and what vote people cast when they go in November.
You know, from the earliest time, Vince, Donald Trump entered the race, he kept referring to the economy and this notion jobs are coming back. It's undeniable jobs are back. They're just not the quality jobs or the high-paying jobs that they were before. But leaving that aside, the argument always was in Donald Trump's mind, this is a rogue recovery. It's a fool's recovery. It isn't a real recovery. And he would always bemoan the under 1% type of growth that we would be seeing and adjusting for inflation, the no growth, almost recessionary type growth we'd be seeing. Could that hit a sweet spot for him that could make people forget all the other controversial stuff?
Big time. I mean, it is in large part the definition of why he's succeeded. Look, you and I both know that real wages haven't really changed since the 1970s. They've held stagnant. And Donald Trump has tapped into these people across the country, average Americans, who feel like, hey, not much has changed for me. And in fact, in many ways, it's gotten worse, while Washington has gotten richer. So now the general election becomes a study in contrast. Donald Trump is talking about bringing jobs back. Hey, remember the glory days? I'm going to bring those back again. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton is talking about, hey, coal workers, you're going to be out of a job. So why does Hillary Clinton think that she has any competitive advantage against a guy like Donald Trump when clearly, look at her flank. She's got Bernie Sanders who's been doing the same thing to her, proving that the Democratic Party cares sincerely about the status of jobs within the United States. That's why she split the vote in Indiana with Bernie Sanders. And that's why I think that Donald Trump is going to pose a substantial threat to Hillary Clinton in the general election because of these very workers and these very economic conditions. Well, you know, the one thing Democrats are very good at, I mean, they've been having a good winning streak with this, sort of focusing on the messenger and not the message. Mitt Romney had a powerful message, but they made a big deal out of Mitt Romney, Scott, in the 47% remark. However technically accurate that was, the number of people who don't pay any taxes, and we all know what happened. They will play the messenger theme off of Donald Trump and all the other controversial stuff, the statements and all this. Will that work? What do you think?
I don't think it's going to work, and I would add to Vince's point. You know, you have the choice in Donald Trump, somebody who's created billions of dollars in wealth for himself, somebody who's created tens of thousands of jobs, somebody who actually has legitimate private sector experience. I mean, you know, other than Hillary Clinton being, what, dead broke when they left the White House, I don't think she has much to offer, say, the private sector, much to offer the average American with regards to their economic situation. So the value that Trump has on that spot, to me, is really the difference maker here in a few months.
And Vince, you know politics far better than I ever will. And I think that if you're going to get in a mudslinging fight with anyone, I don't know if it's Donald Trump you want to do that with.
Right, and also because Donald Trump is so exceptional. Every single pollster, we've talked about this ad nauseum, everyone who's ever assessed politics in a historical way, no regression analysis was ever going to tell you how Donald Trump was going to perform in the primary. And now going into the general election, there's nobody who's going to be able to accurately assess what a political campaign looks like against this guy. Hillary Clinton was felled by Barack Obama and identity politics. Her campaign was accused of being racist and all these other things. She's going to try and do the same thing now to Donald Trump because she thinks that's a winning formula. My sense is that I think that the American public is going to view this very differently, and trying to knock out the character of Donald Trump clearly hasn't worked to this point.
Guys, I want to thank you both.